Hello, and welcome to this video in which we will be learning about Boolean operators. So if we remember our basic search, the way we learn how to search only by using keywords, what we typically do is we specify an index or source so that we don't go to default index, so that we know where we're looking. We input the word we're looking for, and if it's more than one word, we can just type it after a space, and an AND logic, meaning this plus this, will be assumed when there is more than one word. However, this, as you progress in your use of the platform, you will see that this is a rather limited approach that brings up too many results, probably enough to be overwhelmed soon and get kind of lost in what you're trying to accomplish. So this is why we need to introduce some modifiers or some tools that help us make our search more specific. And in that, we use Booleans. If you have previously learned about scripting, for example, or programming, you might already be familiar with Booleans. But if you have not, don't worry. They are simple enough and intuitive enough to learn them after a couple of practices. So what do they do for us? Well, they give us the flexibility to filter out unwanted results. I guess this would be the key highlight. And associated to that, it'll give us the ability to obtain narrowed down events that really match our interests, what we're looking for. And by doing all of that, what you get as a result is an increase in efficiency and a decrease in the time that it takes to obtain results or insights that you're looking for. Okay, so as with, say, equations or mathematical operations like we all learned in high school, there is an order of operations. So when a single line of data has several operators, you need to establish an order, yeah? And the order per Splunk, when you're using the search command, is, first of all, expressions within parentheses are evaluated. Second, not clauses. So these are clauses that exclude. Third, or clauses. So these are clauses that give you an option. You can have these or these, and the results will show either or. And then you have AND clauses, where you are looking for events that contain both the terms that are specified before and after the AND clause. So as with everything, the easiest way to learn this will be with a demo. So I will jump in and show you, and then I'll leave you a task so you can experience yourself and become comfortable with this. Let's go. We will begin by specifying where we want to look for things. So I am going to use source tutorial data.zip, and I'm going to give another option where to look for. So I'm going to use the OR statement to look for the index bots version 3. So this search is going to be looking at those two specific locations for events. Now I'm going to add old time, and I'm going to add the word network. Remember, when we use space, it uses AND logic. So this is the same as if I actually type the word AND in uppercase. It's important for you to know that. Now I got those two sources, and I got a lot of events, 63,000 and plus, right? And I have 21 source type values from which we see 10 of them. And so there's a lot of things. And you see in yellow, the word network is highlighted, which just makes sense because this is the keyword that we're using that all events should have in common right now, okay? Even that first one, which is very large, if we show the raw text, it'll show us the word network in yellow. So we're good. So far, so good. Now let's say I don't want to see Windows events here. So win event log, I want it out. So if I don't want it, I can use the not Boolean operator to exclude it. So I don't want that source type at all. So I'm just going to use not and rerun the search. And I should not get any more events which are coming from the win event log source type. So let's check if that's actually true. Well, for starters, we can see that we no longer have 63,000 plus, but 46,000 plus. So there was a significant reduction. And this is what we were talking about, efficiency. And also, I don't see it on the top source types. But to be extra sure, we want to check all the source types. So to do that, I'm going to use a little trick here with creating a table that is based on source type. And it's not a trick, it's just a tool to visualize things in the statistics tab where it is focusing on the source type, presenting that as a table. But we get a lot of the same source type repeated. So in order to avoid that, let's dedupe. So we dedupe by source type, deduplicate, that's what it means, of course. And now we should be able to get just all the source types that we're actually getting from those events. And they are right here. So I can see that the win event log is not there, which means that not logic has successfully worked for me. Yay, this is great. Good stuff. Okay. Now I'm realizing that although I'm not having win event log, I do have win host mon. And let's say I don't want any windows at all in this search. So I want to also exclude win host mon source type. Okay. So I'm introducing another OR statement so that we don't get the source type win event log or the source type win host mon. Let's see if that works with the Boolean logic that Splunk uses. And so let's check the source type now. Well, event count increased a lot to 46,000. Oh no, what happened? Win host mon. So I wanted to exclude it, but I could not. Okay, and unfortunately, the reason for that is because my syntax is wrong. I put the OR statement to signify that I don't want neither win event log nor the source type win host mon, but that's not the way it works. I had to put this in parentheses for the OR to be resolved and the not to apply to both of those sources. That's what I had to do. And since we're doing that, let's just, because it's a good practice, let's just enclose into parentheses the source or index so that we're more modular and more organized in our query. Okay, so let's see now what happens. Seems like, yep, the amount of events is down by roughly 10,000, 8,000, something like that. So that looks good. So to finally prove that we have excluded our source types, let's do our little tabling here. So table and dedupe the source type and see in the statistics tab if we have the outcome that we're looking for. Crossing fingers, crossing fingers. There you go. So that's it. That's all we have right now. There is no win host mon, no win event log. We're good. We're focusing on what we wanted. All right. Alrighty. So we have learned how to use Booleans in this video. And in the upcoming task, there's a little challenge for you to practice these skills. See you in the next video.